The following program is brought to you by PodcastOne Sportsnet.
This episode of the Steve Austin Show is sponsored in part by DDP Yoga. All right, you guys probably heard I did my first DDPY workout a while back with Diamond Dallas Page, and I really enjoyed the way it made me feel. And I made a commitment to stick with the program for a couple of months, and I'm still slugging through it. Been doing my regular workouts with the DDP Yoga Now app, and man, I can damn sure feel a difference, and that's the bottom line. And if you don't believe me, just check out this list of folks DDP has helped out with this program. Scott Hall, Goldust, Chris Jericho, Edge, Jake Roberts, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Fish, Tony Schiavone, and PodcastOne's own Chael Sonnen. And Dallas is so positive that you will absolutely love the DDPY program and using the DDPY app. He's doing something he ain't never done before. He's going to give you 7 days free to try it out. Now, bear with me. That's a week to try the program, explore the app, and own your life, and it's completely free. And you're going to need a week to go through this thing because that's how much content, information, tips, and motivation that are in this program. So use this week wisely to go through this app and discover it and learn it. Listen, DDP Yoga can work for all ages, all weights, all fitness levels. It's a kick-ass cardio workout, and it will dramatically increase your flexibility and strengthen your core like never before, and it's done with minimal joint impact. And just for listeners of the Steve Austin Show, you can save 20% off an annual membership for the DDP Yoga Now app, which now features DDPY Rebuild. Just go to ddpyoga.com/Austin to get started. Also, FYI, Dallas will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, July 23rd and July 24th for the Raleigh SuperCon. He'll be there signing autographs and taking pictures both days. And go ahead and start planning to attend the biggest DDPY workshop ever happening September 1st at StarCash in Chicago, Illinois. Tickets for the workshop are on sale now. Get more details at ddpyogaworkshops.com.
The following program is a PodcastOne.com production. From Hollywood, California, by way of the Broken Skull Ranch, this is the Steve Austin Show.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, here's Steve Austin.
All right, everybody, welcome to Steve Austin Show. I am coming to you from the mean streets of Los Angeles, California today. Sitting over here at 317 Gimmick Street. Got the door open, got the windows open, got the ceiling fan on. A little bit of a heat wave coming through Cali. Shit, we got back from Nevada yesterday, and it was hotter than blazes over here. Hell, it was hot as it was in Nevada. Living here in the marina, normally it's pretty damn cool here. It got close to 90 degrees. Hell, I had my AC cranked up. Last night I was sipping on a glass of wine, and I stepped outside to let the dogs go to the bathroom before we went to bed, and I'll tell you what, it was about 10 p.m., and it was muggy as hell outside. I'm used to all this premier weather living out here in the SoCal region, especially by water here in Marina del Rey. Shit, hard to remember how hot it gets over here sometimes, but it won't last for long. Hey, man, I had a good trip down there in Nevada. Rode my ass off, just like I told you on the Tuesday podcast. Had a lot of fun. I got me 4 big-ass steel targets. I need to cart down there one time in my pickup truck. Man, these things are badass. They weigh about 100 pounds each. Didn't have room in a Yukon XL for them because we were loaded down with coolers and dogs and whatnot. So I think I'm going to try to make a solo trip down there in my pickup truck. Take them damn things down there so when I go to the shooting range, I'll have some targets to shoot at. There ain't nothing like shooting and hearing that bullet as it hits steel so you get that sound effect. And I also got me a skeet thrower to put together. What is it called? A Wheelie Bird 2.0. So that thing, you hook it to like a 12-volt battery and get you some clay pigeons and sling the shit out of them with a remote control, and you just control it all yourself. There's a little bit of a delay. Damn Wheelie Bird throws the damn discs in the air, and you start blasting away. It came the day before we headed back to California, so I didn't get a chance to put it together. But when I go back, I will be a skeet shooting son of a bitch, and I'm looking forward to it. Plenty of places to shoot out there. Ain't even got to go to the shooting range. Just set up, throw some birds up in the air, and start shooting. It's a pretty good time. Other than that, It was about patrolling the mean streets of Los Angeles with Hershey the Wonder Dog. Hershey is no longer with us, as you know, and my Ford Bronco is in Nevada at the Broken Skull Ranch 2.0. So I guess if Callie is going to be my sidekick from now on, Moolah is a little bit more of an inside dog. So I guess it will be me and Callie, my black Labrador Retriever, riding around in a metallic P 4-door Ford Focus LE, 4-cylinder, air conditioned. Shit, we don't need no air conditioning. We're going to keep the windows down so we can listen to the mean streets of Los Angeles and hear all the crime that's going on and be able to pinpoint locations and go out there and keep this city a safe place to raise kids and make a living for yourself. That's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. I'm just buying some time here. Hey, but why should I buy time, man? I got a damn good podcast for you. As soon as my wife gets back from running her errands, we're going to sit there and tell some bullshit stories that happened to us while we was in Nevada, before we went to Nevada, and on the way back. Just some of the headaches, hassles, and horse shit that seem to irritate us to no end. So that's what's happening on today's podcast. It's me ranting, raving, carrying on a conversation with my wife, my illustrious wife, Kristin, who's a hell of a lot smarter than I am, and she'll class up and bring some class to the show. Hell, try to keep me from sinking into the gutter, even though this is formerly the Unleashed podcast. Nonetheless, let's get you into a piece of business so I can get on and start venting and talking about some of the things that really chap my ass. And before we get to that conversation, hear me out, because I got some things to tell you about the WWE Network. Check this out. The WWE Network is an online video streaming service where you can stream every single WWE pay-per-view live. You can watch more than 10,000 hours of video on demand. You can get a look behind the scenes with WWE's groundbreaking original series and the documentaries. You can access anytime, anywhere, and on any device, including game consoles, TVs, phones, tablets, and computers. If it plugs in, you will get the WWE Network. And you can watch Stunner After Hell-Raising Stunner by yours truly, myself, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You damn right. Now, through July 15th, we have a special offer just for listeners of the Steve Austin Show. New subscribers get a 2-month free trial when they sign up for the WWE Network at WWENetwork.com/Austin. Dig this. Your 2-month free trial includes WWE Extreme Rules, which is this Sunday. Put that on your calendar, where the WWE superstars cut loose and throw the rule book out the window. And the card this year is stacked as WWE Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, take on the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, and what is sure to be a lights-out match. Also, SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella defends her championship in a rematch against the hard-hitting Asuka. You're also going to get WWE's biggest party of the summer as WWE SummerSlam comes your way on August 19th. So get on over to WWENetwork.com/Austin to start your 2-month free trial. And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Hey, Steve Austin Show listeners, this is Wade Keller. You might have heard me on the Steve Austin Show in the past talking about WWE pay-per-views. You can hear me every week, twice a week, on the Wade Keller Pro Wrestling Podcast. Just search Wade Keller. I produce 2 new shows each week. Every Thursday on our flagship show, I'm joined by a co-host from the wrestling journalism field to talk about the hot topics in WWE and elsewhere. Every Friday, I'm joined by a guest who has worked in the wrestling business, including Cody Rhodes.
This is going to sound odd, but I think it's difficult for any company to fully commit to me because I don't do anything you tell me to do. That's just going to sound ridiculous. Within the confines of what's been discussed, like about a specific match or overall 2 to 3 matches, but honestly the only thing I listen to is a time limit because I know and respect the others on the show that you have time for a match, but wrestling is starting to slip back into what it was meant to be. The wrestlers do the wrestling part.
Listen to the full Cody Rhodes interview right now by downloading the show. Search Wade Keller wherever you listen to Pro Wrestling Podcast.
This is the Steve Austin Show.
All right, everybody, welcome to Steve Austin Show. As promised, my illustrious wife, Kristin, makes a return to the podcast, and she is Do you know that you've actually developed a hell of a fan base on my podcast?
I don't think so, Steve.
I swear to God,
No.
Every time you're on a podcast, I'll get these emails from people. Dude named Rod Oulet up there in Canada listens to the show. He always writes in every time you come on the show. Rod, how are you? Rowdy Rod is what his name is. Tell Rod hi.
Rod?
Yep.
Like a fishing rod?
Yeah, R-O-D. Fishing Rod. Rod, I got a new nickname for you. Tell him hi.
Hi, Rod. How's it going?
I don't even know what it is.
I'm not.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, I have no choice.
My wife just said I was in there trying to get her to get over here and help me out with the podcast today.
You're rushing my day is what you were doing.
Well,
I was in Beverly Hills trying to go to a doctor appointment. And there's a lot of traffic. It's very warm in LA right now. People are irate. There's bird scooters everywhere. There's people everywhere. And you're like, are you going to come back to do the podcast? Yeah. As soon as I can get there, I'm sitting in traffic. Beverly Hills is only 6 miles away, but it takes 45 minutes to get there. So yeah, here I am. I might have a little road rage.
I'm not going to stop you. Just keep talking, because here's the thing. My daughter just called, and she was saying she just got back from England, and she was saying, I can't believe how hot it is here in Los Angeles. I said, yeah, every night it gets a heat wave over here. And she goes, everybody's mad. And we were just having this conversation the other day. Every time things get hot in L.A., when the weather heats up, people just start acting weird.
People get angry.
Because it's so hot. Well, it's happened the other day. Yesterday, we just got back from Nevada. We were sitting there. We turned on the air conditioning, and the unit started making a funny noise. So my wife goes over there and turns the damn thing off. Meanwhile, she didn't tell me she turned the air conditioner off, and I'm sitting there, and I'm getting hot, and I'm getting hot. And I'm like, man, I'm starting to get mad. I went over and looked at the air conditioner, and she didn't turn it off. She turned it up to like 77 degrees, so it wasn't kicking on. I had it set on 68 because I wanted to cool off. And so you pulled a rib on me. I was like, man, what the F is wrong with the friggin' air conditioner? Just because it's making a funny noise don't mean there's something wrong with it.
I smelled
Kristin.
something burning. I didn't want it to burn our new house down. Or not our new house, but our newly remodeled house.
Burning something down. I'll tell you what, man, because I'm over at 317 Gimmick Street right now, I'm going to go down to Home Depot. I'm going to get one of those portable air conditioners.
There won't be
on
any
wheels.
Available.
We did this last time. No, actually, if you put your order in now, they'll be ready by July 17th. Already checked.
Oh.
I'm 5
July
steps ahead of you.
17th? What's the date today?
Well, it's July 10th.
Oh.
Or
No,
the 11th.
it's got to be the 12th.
No, it's,
July
I
12th.
don't even know what, it's July 11th. Podcast is for the
Oh, okay, duh.
I was over here sweating my ass off. I had all the, windows cracked open, the door open. We had to shut the door for the noise. Got the ceiling fan going. But when I go in here and work out, man, the sun beats down in the garage, and it's hotter than blazes in there. Shit, I'm trying to get big and strong. By the time I come out of that sweat box, I'm $160, dehydrated. We're running out of water. I drank about 6 gallons of water today. I'm working on setting a world record. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm calling Guinness. Collect.
What were we talking about?
What kind of doctor's appointment did you have?
I was picking up my eyeglasses, actually. And
Yeah, but
then-
you also had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I did.
I finally talked my wife. We won't go into details. I finally talked my wife into getting some diagnostic work done in the form of colonoscopy.
Yep.
I had one done, 3 months ago?
Yes.
Everything came out good. The prep is a bitch, but are you glad you got it? Because you're 100% fine. Everything's good.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it. It's just, I'll be 53 this year, and you kept on pressing me every year because I guess you're supposed to get them starting at the age of 50, but now they're recommending them at the age of 45. So I just didn't want to do the prep, and I didn't realize how simple the procedure was. And I didn't realize how much I enjoyed that propofol.
I told you, man, when that girl or that guy says night-night, I was focused when I got mine. I said, man, I'm going to fight this stuff off. I'm going to see how long I keep looking at this girl and she tells me you're going to sleep. She goes,
It's like in seconds.
Man, and I don't know what they were dosing Michael Jackson up or whatever, how they were doing that deal, because I used to think, I thought it was like a gas mask that you put on, but it's intravenous. So
Not mine. I think mine was a gas mask.
what was it?
I think mine was.
Well, nonetheless,
yeah.
I don't get in a big diatribe about that. But I mean, it was crazy how that stuff works, because all of a sudden you're there and you say night, night. I'm like, bullshit. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
done. And then you're waking up and you don't even know what happened.
No.
So the procedure wasn't bad. Everything turned out good.
Yeah.
But I always tell everybody, because Kristin is a good friend. She's about I don't know, she's about 60, 65, and she ain't never had
she's
nothing.
70.
Yeah, she's had no
Yeah.
diagnostic work. And I'm like, man, I was just talking to a dude the other day. He had just gotten one, and he had just retired. And like, he just had
14 polyps.
Yeah, just polyps everywhere, and they were malignant, so it just wasn't a good deal. So
Right.
Here's the thing, because you always go into stuff like this, you think, man, I hope they don't find anything, so you're scared, or you're fearful, or you're just nervous. Well, the deal is like they used to tell me when I was starting getting them in Texas, it's best we find them now than later.
Right.
So anyway, if you listen to the podcast, if you're old enough that you think you need to get a colonoscopy, go get one. Do your due diligence as far as your health markers and that certain age of certain, when it was male or female, when you need to get this diagnostic work done.
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't that bad.
No, but the hardest part is like, I was over there drinking a glass of vino, and you couldn't.
I had to
do
drink that
nothing.
garbage.
And then when Kristin gets up, man, it hurt. Like one of her favorite meals of the day is breakfast. So I'm over there eating my 10-egg.
I made your breakfast, and I'm salivating like
and
the
she puts
dogs.
the spinach in there. You're almost fixing to start popping stuff because you're just so used to nibbling while you eat. And when my wife gets hungry, and I told her, I said, as soon as you get out of the procedure, you'll get good news because I know there's nothing wrong with you. We'll go to any restaurant that you want to get breakfast at. So we went to one of our favorite places, and you loaded up. But you ain't worth a damn when you're hungry. You are miserable. You're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. No pun intended.
you're a grouch. But anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
We just got back from spending 7 days in Nevada. Man, it was a little bit hot there this time.
It was a little warm.
We got Broken Skull Ranch 2.0 in December, mid-December, give or take.
And it was snowing.
And it was snowing, and that was it was my first dealing with Nevada in the winter.
Well, the deal is, and my brother's told me this over and over, is that they get 4 seasons. We never have been in 4 seasons. In Texas, it's hot year-round. In California, or at least where we're at in California, it's mild year-round. We got it's like average 68 degrees here where we're at, and then they get 4 seasons, so we had to deal with the snow. Then the spring was beautiful, and then all of a sudden we got there in July, and boy, you get hit with that 92-degree heat, and it's dry, of course, but it's still heat.
Man, me coming from Texas, when we're down there, and me and Teddy, I'm wearing the same shit that I'm wearing right now, camouflage shorts. And
for the last 20 years, actually.
Yeah. So and flip flops, and it's 90, 95 degrees in December. So when we was down there in Nevada and it was 6 degrees, I was like, man, what the
We don't even have warm clothes.
Yeah, I said, I don't know about this, man. We might have made a mistake. And now, after they turned up the heat on us and that thermometer was in, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't hot by hot standards. It was hot by our standards.
Right, but it gets down to the 50s at night, which is nice.
Oh, that's a great thing. But man, when we was getting popped the other day with that 90-degree temperature, which again, depending on where you live in Phoenix or whatever, that ain't shit.
No.
But when you're just there and you're not expecting it and you just come out of 6 degrees, man, when we was going through those winters, I was like, homie, don't play this shit. 6 degrees ain't my cup of tea. But now that the heat has come and I reflect on the winter, I'm looking forward to winter again.
Yeah, me too. But we were also standing outside in the heat for 3 hours watching the horse show. So that's why it was really hot. We were standing in the sun. We didn't have any shade.
Well, talk about that because, man, my lily white ass, everybody knows, man, I'm damn near like an albino. I could eat light ass, blue eyes, white skin. I get a pretty good tan on my shoulders and my arms and my calves and my neck. But other than that, I'm white as shit. I'm really, really white, so I burn easy. So we go out there. And this place is right down the road from the BSR 2.0, and Kristin started taking these horseback riding lessons. So the dude was going to have like a seminar.
Yeah.
It was like 10 or 12 people brought their horses out there, and this was Western-style riding. And so before that, you were riding, what's it called, English or
dressage, yeah. But I want to do Western now, so.
But back in the day, when you were a kid, did you ride horses? When did you get the bug to ride horses?
I grew up in a horse town, so there was always horses everywhere. There was actually a horse town in Los Angeles, if you can believe it.
Yeah, but I know you was riding horseback. I thought you were riding four-wheelers and motorcycles and stuff.
Well, that too. Yeah, I mean, there were places back in the day in Los Angeles where you could actually ride four-wheelers in the mountains and horses.
So what happened to your dressage trainer? Are you still going to do the English-style riding, or now that you're in a Western saddle and the instructor was really, really knowledgeable.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the Western now just because it's more trail riding and just, I'm not going to compete in any dressage championships. I just want to ride a horse. I like having a relationship with a horse. That's, I like petting a horse, feeding a horse, taking care of a horse.
Man, we got a horse at our property named Sonny, and man, every time Kristin shows up and she goes to the grocery store, gets a bag, and she gets a couple bags of carrots. Don't get me shit. When that horse sees Kristin coming, it starts, what's it, the whinnying?
Yeah,
it starts whinnying. She runs over like a banshee, eats a couple carrots, and Kristin damn near got that thing all coached up as far as just walking around.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be scared to get on the damn thing. But anyway, so we're at this seminar where I got my ass burnt. And this dude is like the horse whisperer. He's walking around with his headset on his, it's like when Janet Jackson, she used to wear that little wire headset. And so he's got this little speaker on a post, and he's got this headset on, like Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's walking around like Garth Brooks because he's Western. And he tells these people, they got all kinds of things out there. Got logs, they had bridges, they had some barrels.
Hazards.
Yeah, some different hazards. Like if you're riding stuff, these would maybe simulate things that would you would come by on your horse ride in the mountains or on a trail.
Right.
And it's getting these horses over these obstacles. And at first they started by doing groundwork. Explain what was going on there, Kristin. Explain groundwork.
Well, they basically were leading their horses around. They do something called lunging where they can train it to, if you're on a leash, or not a leash, but a harness, and it's walking in circles, or you just walk it through various challenges, like they had the uneven plywood that, the horse kind of had to...
Yeah, they had a teeter-totter gimmick.
Yeah.
The horse didn't like that thing too much.
No.
And the one lady was trying to get this horse to go over the bridge, and then another lady was trying to get the horse over the teeter-tot. And man, those horses were they weren't having none of it.
And some of these ladies, I'm not saying anything negative, but they were older, and they had these very young, vibrant horses that he worked magic with. But I'm like, wow, that lady, I don't know if she can handle a 2-year-old horse. That's kind of crazy.
They just don't have the experience yet. They don't have the learning of the background.
Yeah.
But they're looking for a horse that's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit nervous.
But but it was funny because that guy, every time he gives Kristin or the other people there some instruction, he explains pressure and what the horse is thinking.
Yeah.
The psychology behind everything.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's fascinating how sensitive and, I don't know, smart or aware.
Smart,
What's the word?
Aware.
Yeah. Like a horse can feel a fly land on its leg.
But they know your facial, they know your posturing, they can read body language, everything. So.
That's one of the things. I mean, like when we grew up down in South Texas, when we were working cows, man, I can't remember where my first horse came from. I had a Shetland pony named Shorty, and then I had a gray mare, and it was named Gray. And we were just riding these damn things to ride. We were just riding these things to work cows. We didn't have no learnings. You just turn the reins and you kick them in the ribs when you want to take off, and you pull up on the reins when you want to stop. The things that this guy explains on a scientific level or on a psychological level as it pertains to a horse and what the horse is thinking and this, that, and whatever is pretty mind-blowing. But some of these ladies, and like you said, these were people, and that's what the seminar was for.
Right. And
all the ladies were doing really good all the people were doing really good with their horses, but they couldn't get them to do certain things. Then all of a sudden, when the dude comes over with the headset on, the horse whisperer, he'd start talking about what he was doing, and shit, in 5 minutes, them horses was jumping over the bridge.
Yeah.
It was walking on the little wobbly thing. It was jumping over logs. I mean, they were doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So it was really, really cool to learn.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep continuing this and your little frenzy or your learning expedition with your horse.
When we're in Nevada, since
Are you going to get a horse?
Yes, I am. I want a horse and a pool, just so you know.
I ain't going to get no swimming pool. I need another Brute Force 750. If you're going to get a horse, I'm going to get another four-wheeler. That way you can come ride with me.
I can't keep up with you.
Come ride with No, but I'll ride on easier.
Wait a minute. I did go ride with you. I had a bad neck, and you're going over these. The terrain was not conducive to having a stiff neck.
For some reason, my wife woke up and all of a sudden she's got this stiff neck. Well, she got a bad neck anyway.
Yeah.
Your lower back ain't that great either. So that's why I worry about you riding a horse.
And you're like, come on, let's go riding. You never go with me. Can you come with me? Come on, let's go riding.
Well, this is what we do. We're a couple. We've been a family unit for damn near 15 years.
Well, you didn't tell me, first of all, you're going to go 50 miles per hour and on rocky terrain, and I'll be jumping in the air holding for my life.
All right,
then you want me to film you, and you take off, and all the rocks come right onto me in the dust, and I'm like, really?
Well,
you're trying to show off to your viewers, and I'm just sitting there in the dust.
As I always say, I'll catch you down the road.
Yeah, well, you did.
So anyway, I got this Kawasaki Teryx, this 2018 model. It's lime green. The thing's beautiful. Got an 800cc V-twin motor, and then got a hell of an exhaust system on it. So I want to take my wife riding because I go riding damn near every night in the BLM, the public land. And whether I leave from the house or I get on a trailer and take my buggy somewhere, I go riding. And Kristin takes her horseback riding lessons. She's just now getting settled up with this new person 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yep.
So, you get a chance to go riding. Well, why don't you just come out and see what I did? So we get out there, and if you ever seen any pictures of Nevada, it's real rocky. It's beautiful. It's really rocky. It's really rough and tough. I put pictures on my Instagram account at Steve Austin BSR. And I got my whole exoskeleton outfit on. I got a helmet, goggles, shoulder pads, elbow pads. My buddy, JB, got me a pair of motocross pants.
But not on that day. You weren't wearing anything but shorts.
I know. When I had that crash, I was only wearing the shorts and the helmet and thought I broke my ass. But anyway, I got all my gear on. And when I was take Kristin riding, it's just some rough ass terrain, and we get out there, and she got this bad neck, and I'm trying to, get the machine up to speed. We're only going 15
You're going
to 20.
up these hills; they're like 90-degree angles.
Well, same thing. We went down. I put on the back of the jet ski. We go out in the Pacific Ocean, and as soon as we come out of the marina, which is smooth as glass, you're out there in the Pacific Ocean. You got waves and white caps.
I'm being catapulted in the air like 30 feet.
And Kristin over, turn around, let's go back. So I said, hang on, let me get on top. So I thumbed the throttle on that jet ski. We're hauling ass across the white caps. Pow, 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 pow. And it really ain't no smoother. The bumps are just coming at us faster and faster. So anyway, I whistled that thing around, headed back into the marina. And it took us 15 minutes to get back because you can't make no wake zone. But same thing in the Teryx. That's a badass vehicle, but I couldn't really show you all the things that I do because you're just complaining about your damn neck. So then Kristin gets in her truck. I start up the truck, put the air conditioner on for her, and so I cut a couple of donuts out there and do a couple of victory laps and begrudgingly put my Teryx back on her trailer and we go back to the house. So I'm going to get another Brute Force 750 so you can come ride with me.
Okay, I can do that.
Now, are you going to get a horse?
Yes, I am, but I want to get a horse when I'm good and ready to get a horse.
What kind of research are you going to do? Is there a particular breed that you want?
Not really. I don't know enough about the breeds to even make a decision on that at this point, so it'll take a lot of time.
I could teach you how to ride a horse.
You're right.
What? Kristin, I was in the cattle business for my whole life growing up as a kid. I know all about this shit.
All right.
I'm kidding you. Hey, a couple of things from Nevada, our takeaway, our trip up there.
We drove this time.
Yeah, we drove up there, hauling ass in a Yukon XL. We didn't have a whole bunch of stuff with us. What?
Oh, no, we did have a lot of stuff. I had to sit in the back seat with 30 pairs of boots that you wanted to haul up there because you may need them sometime in Nevada.
Well, I was doing a photo shoot for Kawasaki, and I had a bunch of boots and shit like that for out, had different looks. I kept the same jeans.
Yeah, let me change the shoes for a different look.
All these boots ain't doing me no good here in L.A., so I figured, take all my outdoor stuff, and I got boots to ride in, boots to wear, because you can always wear a pair of boots out there.
You got boots.
I got boots, but problem was we took off at 5:45 in the morning.
And you drive like a lunatic.
I wasn't really driving that fast, and Kristin was in the shotgun seat. I was driving down the boulevard. We hadn't left the outskirts of Los Angeles yet, and for some reason, Callie, our black lab, who's about 1 year and 5 months old right now, she's a damn good traveling dog. But for some reason, she was panicking in the back seat. She kept breathing real fast.
Because there was something, you brought some
sign that was making a bunch of noise. So the damn sign was scaring her, I guess.
Yeah, so we had to pull over. I had to get in the back seat so she could ride in the front seat with you.
As soon as Callie gets in the shotgun seat, when
She goes to sleep.
all my vehicles, whether in my pickup truck or the Yukon or the Bronco, if she's in that shotgun seat, she's sleeping like a baby.
But we hadn't prepared the back seat for a person to sit back there. So Mula has most of the back seat because she's on her bed like a princess. And I'm on a sliver of a seat with boots all around me because we put the boots in the back seat trying to maintain the space in the, back part of the Yukon.
Basically, it was a cluster muck.
Yeah, it was.
And Kristin's riding in the back seat because we got those. We got the bench seat with the bucket seat that you can fold them down independently. So we just got that one seat set up for Kristin. And I feel like I'm a limousine driver. Where you want to go now, Miss Kristin? So anyway, we ended up in Nevada, and then when did all the shit hit the fan?
What shit?
Well, you had a bunch of things that happened to you on the way. Was it the grocery store?
Oh, no, when we wanted to get we stopped in Mojave.
Oh, man. Which time? On the way back or on the way there?
Because I wanted to get those window coverings because the sun was beaming in on us.
We're riding down the road, and we stop in this town called Mojave, which, believe it or not, is in the Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
Man, it's hot as F in the Mojave Desert. So Kristin wants to get those shade gimmicks that you put on the side of the
window,
passenger windows in the back, because the sun beams through there and it gets the dogs really hot.
And me.
Even though I'm running air conditioner, full blast. So Kristin goes into the Napa art store there in Mojave. What happened, Kristin, when you asked for the window shades?
Well, first I wandered, and I know we were in a hurry, so I didn't want to wander too long, but I first wandered in to see if I could spot the window section, to find the little window shades. Didn't see it, so I interrupted the guy at the counter who was talking. Excuse me, sir, can you show me where your window shades are? He points, I go over there, I look again, and I'm trying to look like I'm looking hard because, can he notice that I'm really looking hard for these things and maybe he'll offer his assistance? No. I have to go back to the counter. Sir, I didn't see any over there. He says, if they ain't there, we ain't got them. Okay, well, I'll be on my way. That was my story.
So we didn't get no window shades out of that deal.
No, I put my sweatshirt up in the window as it flapped in the air.
Well, where'd you end up getting those things at?
I bought them at Walmart.
Walmart's got everything.
Yeah. But by the time I got them at Walmart, we were already in Nevada, so
anyway, we're getting ready to leave, and we got the window shades with the little suction cups stuck on the sides of the window.
And what do? We
jump in the Yukon XL, so I hit all the window buttons to roll all the windows down so we can get some cool air in there while I cool off the air conditioning. It knocks off all of the hot damn window rollers, shades off the damn windows. And after they crumble up one time, they ain't worth the shit after that. You had a bad time there at the gas station there at the bathroom. How was that?
Oh, okay. There's something to be said. Public restrooms, gas stations, traveling on the road. It's just gross. And this particular gas station had those automatic flushers that don't necessarily flush every time somebody uses them. So after waiting in line for 3 families to use the 2 bathrooms, I get in, and it's not flushed, and it's gross. So I'm trying to use my foot to flush the button toilet, trying not to look at the bowl, just trying to flush the toilet so I can use it because I got to go. And that's when I come out and said to you, I said, just go. You're not using any of these restrooms.
And I was fixing it. I was out there gassing up the vehicle. I was going to take my turn after Chris came back. And then all of a sudden there was a bunch of people there. And I was probably going to get recognized. And the conditions weren't really conducive to having a great experience in there. But
the lesson I learned from that is people should check the toilet before they leave the bathroom to make sure it flushed.
Nobody flushes the toilet anymore, Kristin. And you go to the bathroom these days, and it's like other people will be in there, and nobody washes their hands.
It's like a germ fest in there. This is why we carry 2 things of wet wipes and lots of hand scrub in the car.
Well, that's one other reason why you look at the dirtiest things in a restaurant, this side or whatever. It's always the ketchup containers, the salt and pepper shakers. They got fecal matter on them. Ugh. Can you imagine that? That's one of the dirtiest things. When you look at the dirtiest things on an airplane, the armrest, the
seatbelt
tables the seat buckles. Let me get out of the germ conversation and take a first break of the podcast. And I'm coming right back with my illustrious wife, Kristin, to talk about
My trip to the eye doctor to get my eyes dilated.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm trying to drive her home. I'm trying to be the greatest husband in the world and ask for directions. Kristin's just got her eyes dilated. And then what's the other story?
Our trip to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. We was trying to grocery up before we left Marina Del Rey to shop at our favorite grocery store.
Don't name the grocery store, please.
I'm not going to name the grocery store. Okay. And this dog took the biggest shit I've ever seen in a grocery store. All right, let's take a quick pause for the calls and get big ups to True Car. If you guys are looking to buy a car, you're probably familiar with terms like MSRP. You might even know what it stands for. But what does it actually mean? And the same goes for invoice, list price, dealer price. It's enough to confuse anybody because all you're really looking for is a price that actually means something. Well, introducing True Price from True Car. Now you can know exactly what you'll pay for the car you want, including fees and accessories, before you even get to the dealership. True Car dealers will show you the true price on cars like the one you want, all from the comfort of home. And how do you know if your true price is a great price? Because True Car shows you what other people paid for the same car you want. And your certified dealers know this, so they set their true price competitively so they can win your business. So when you're ready to buy a new or used car, visit True Car to enjoy a more confident car buying experience. Some features not available in all states. You are also going to need car insurance on that new vehicle. Go to geico.com, and in 15 minutes, you could be saving 15% or more on car insurance. That's right. Save hundreds of dollars on car insurance at geico.com. Extra money in your pocket? It may just be the most rewarding thing you do today. Hello, college football fanatics. Listen up. You have to get on board with the Big 12 podcast. Join host Chuck Cooperstein each week as he covers all the happenings at Baylor, Iowa State, University of Kansas, Kansas State, the University of Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas, Texas Tech, and West Virginia. That, my friends, is the Big 12. Don't miss the Big 12 podcast, brought to you by PodcastOne Sportsnet. Download and subscribe exclusively on Apple Podcasts, PodcastOne.com, and the Podcast One app. Don't forget to rate and review. All right, gang, listen up. If you're one of the millions of Americans who suffers from muscle cramps in your legs and feet, relief is finally in sight. TheraWorks Relief is a topical foam that's clinically proven to relieve muscle cramps fast, and with daily use, TheraWorks Relief can even prevent muscle cramps before they start. Finally, you'll be able to get a good night's sleep and do all the activities you love and not worry about muscle cramps. TheraWorks Relief is a life-changing product, and best of all, you don't even need a prescription. It only takes minutes to apply, absorbs quickly, and it really works. Get TheraWorks Relief today at select CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens pharmacies, or at TheraWorksRelief.com. That's TheraWorks Relief.com.
This is the Steve Austin Show.
All right, we're back here on the Steve Austin Show. I'm sitting here in the sweltering heat. I got the ceiling fan. I had it on low, and I said, F it, I'm going to turn it up to medium. Boy, that breeze feels nice. I'm going to go to Home Depot and get me one of those gimmick air conditioners for the garage.
You need it.
Before I go to sleep today, I'm going to go get that air conditioner. I'm going to work out in the air conditioner today. I piss on this heat. It's just too much. You mind? Do we have that in the budget?
I'll consider that.
What are you doing with your bra strap?
It's hot in here, okay?
Anyway, so there we were at our favorite grocery store. We was getting ready to head over to Nevada, and we come around the corner, had a couple of bottles of wine, had some selections from the meat department in there. We just got some milk, and we wanted to get some eggs. But the problem was, well, there was an aisle that Kristin wanted to go down, and man, we both looked at this pile of brown substance about the same time. And someone had already put up one of those little wire cage gimmicks around it.
No, there wasn't anything around it.
There's something around it, a cone or something. There was something in front of it. You were too focused on. It was a big, gigantic pile of brown dog shit
in the grocery store.
In the grocery store. And it was like one of those ones that it
was slimy.
It was. You
could see your reflection in it.
It had a shimmering sheen to it. It's like someone squirted up some bitch full of WD-40 and put a coat of turtle wax on it. If there was ever, that was probably the prettiest pile of dog shit I've ever seen. But textbook in every manner.
In a grocery store.
In a grocery store, and it's like all of a sudden you're getting your groceries. You ever go to the grocery store and you're kind of hungry, and you're buying extra shit because you're hungry, because you're thinking about eating. Well, man, I saw that damn piece of dog shit. I mean, it wasn't a piece; it was a pile. I mean. and it was so disturbing. And there was a lady, and the lady that owned the dog was in a wheelchair, and her helper
No, she wasn't in a wheelchair. Everybody here in California has a service dog because they go online, they buy a service dog patch, and they can take their dog just
I thought the lady was in a wheelchair.
No.
She wasn't?
No.
Was it a four-wheeler?
It was her therapy dog.
Okay, so the therapy dog shit,
and they did not clean it up. They left the grocery store with the dog poop still there. So meanwhile, it's right in front of the eggs where we wanted to be. We decided we were going to forget the eggs today. And that was that. Only in California.
Well, you know what? They have a deal where, like in Nevada, one of the things I like a whole lot about Nevada is it's so dog friendly. You can take your dogs damn near anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
But when you go to and California's pretty damn dog friendly as well.
Yeah, but there's no reason to take your dog to the grocery store.
There's no reason to take a dog in a grocery store, especially if it has to shit. Because, man, I mean, them are germs. That's almost germs you can't take back.
And didn't you walk your dog before? I mean, well, I don't know. Our dogs would never do that, even if they were in the grocery store. They know that you don't poop right in the middle of a store. You poop in the grass or the gravel or outside. This dog didn't know that, so I can just imagine.
I don't know. That dog squatted down and shit like a crippled goose. It was the damnedest pile of dog shit I ever saw. And I damn near want to put the groceries up and go somewhere else. And then we told the dude at the cash register story, and he got hot for a shoot because he took pride in the fact that they got good groceries there,
right.
And the dog can't come in there and shit everywhere. So anyway, it was just a cluster.
Yeah.
What was that other story you was talking about?
Oh, when you took me to get my eyes dilated.
Oh, man. In my efforts to win Husband of the Year, I took my wife to the doctor the other day. Man, you're getting all this diagnostic work
I
done.
am. It's just stuff you got to do, and you've been telling me I need to do it. So.
Yeah, but you've been staying on top of your eyesight for a long time. So anyway, the doctor is going to examine Kristin's eyes.
Well, she scared me into getting my eyes dilated because I put it off for a year. When I came back to get some new glasses, she said, if you don't get your eyes dilated, your eye may pop or something. The optic nerve could explode.
It was the old glaucoma scare tactic.
Yeah.
Now, with anybody with glaucoma out there, don't mean any offense, but hell, this damn doctor had scared Kristin into getting her damn eyes dilated, so there we are. And man, like back in the old days when I used to go to the eye doctor, man, I ain't been to an eye doctor in 15, 20 years. I don't know if I've ever been to an eye doctor.
You went one time here.
No, yeah, because I got my eyes checked.
Yeah.
Man, I got gypped.
Yeah,
they said my eyes were, they were a little, if they put a pair of glasses on, I could see it a little bit better.
And you paid $900 for a pair of glasses.
God dang, man. Man, I was a sucker. So anyway, I got this transition pair. What do you call it?
Progressives.
Progressive. Yeah, I don't know. You look far away, you look close, and you wear the same glasses, and it doesn't have that line in the middle. Man, them some bitches made me dizzy. I could damn near stop drinking, put them glasses on, and get a buzz. That's how them some bitches worked. So I said, F it. I just got 1.0s from Walgreens. Now I'm up to a 1.25.
Yep.
So you go to the doctor, and there I am, and this visit lasted for about 2 hours.
It was a long visit.
It was a long-ass visit. Yeah, because I was about to call Pizza Hut and get me a pizza delivered. Son of a bitch. So anyway, we're there, and Kristin gets the whole exam. Her eyes are completely healthy. She gets some glasses made, and so then we're driving home.
Well, then they give me those little gimmick shades, as you would call them.
Yeah, little gimmick shades. Back in the day, it looked like those blue blocker sunglasses. Because your eyes are dilated, that means your pupil's stuck wide open, so all the light comes in. Well, it would hurt your eyes. So they give it little gimmick things. And these days, they don't even have the things that hook around your ears.
They're like curtains for your current glasses.
Yeah. So my Kristin's walking, around Beverly Hills with those things on, and she's
hanging onto your arm.
Hanging on my arm. And we get down to the vehicle, and I've been living in Los Angeles for 15 years now.
But you never know where you're going.
Now, if I'm going to the same place that I've been 30 times, I always get Siri to help me.
Or you call me.
Yeah, or I'll call you. So there we are in Beverly Hills, and I've been to Beverly Hills a million times, and I came back home and always made it home safely. But Siri has guided me, so I don't need Siri because I got my wife with me. So sure enough, like Kristin always does, she calls her mom, tells her how her eyes are doing, checks in on her mom. And meanwhile, Kristin had been sitting in the shotgun seat, pointing which direction to go. And we have this system. Kristin just sits there, and I'll kind of just put my hands up in the air, and she'll either point 2 times forward, or she'll point left or right. And then that's how she tells me if I need to go straight, take a left or a right. So she starts talking to her mom on the telephone. She stops paying attention to me trying to ask her where the F we're going. And then...
I can't see anything. You have to realize everything's a blur right now. I'm trying to talk to my mom, and you're asking me, you're just using your arm to say, which way do I go? Which way do I go? You're about running people over because there's people everywhere, and I can't see a darn thing. And that was our trip home. It took about 45 minutes longer than it normally would have.
Well, man, that one lady cut me off, and then I had to get some... I rather jumped in the left lane and floored that damn 6.2-liter V8 in that damn Yukon XL and just blew her damn doors off. I said, we don't play that shit. So I was working against the dynamics of bad drivers in California, Kristin, and so... I just need a little bit of help, but I wouldn't realize that, you had your eyes dilated, you couldn't see shit. And you know what? If you wouldn't been flapping your gums on the phone, we could just called up Siri and said, Siri, guide us to 316 Gimmick Street.
How do you not know how to get home by now?
It's the damnedest thing. I just, those routes, like I said, the same place I go all the time. I just like Siri to tell me which way to go. I don't know.
Even when we're in Texas where you grew up, you're asking me where to go. I'm like...
Well, hold on. When in Texas did I ask you where to go?
You have. Which way do I go? I'm like, this is not my town. I don't know.
In what town?
Edna.
I ain't never asked for no directions.
Yeah.
Because I know where the liquor store and the Sonic drive-thru is.
And the 3 donut
Gimmick
shops.
Hotel that I stay at. And the Mexican food restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need directions nowhere in Edna.
All right. Well,
but of course, if I did, as soon as we get to a parking lot, then she wants to start pointing around and dictating which parking spot I get into. That's the thing that chaps my ass most about you give me directions. Finally, you get me there, and then you want to point out which parking spot to take.
Passengers
I can figure that out.
Passengers always have a desired parking spot. That's just the way it goes as a passenger.
But on a completely different note, Kristin, I told you my elevator story. I'm going to share my elevator story with everybody. I was in downtown. Well, I was in downtown. I was in, Beverly Hills or Santa Monica. I was getting on an elevator. I was going up to the 10th floor. And when you get on a damn elevator, for some reason, there's not enough elevators at this place that I was at. And the goddamn elevators are just chock full of people. And when an elevator is chock full of people and no more people can get on because it stops at every single floor, and then all the people that are jammed in there like sardines, there's not room for one more human being in there. And then the door opens and there's like 20 people in the elevator all looking out because they're all facing the same way.
Yeah, because nobody faces the other direction in the elevator.
And then there's like 1 or 2 people, and it's like, okay, we're packed in here like sardines. No one else can fit in here. And so they just say, oh, y'all go ahead or whatever, and you just go to the next elevator. But no, the other day, happened on 2 different sets of floors. This sumbitch is about as crammed as you can get, and it's about damn near to exceed the weight limit. And one time, Kristin, when I wrote my book, I don't know if I really wrote it. It was Jim Ross and Dennis Brent, but I was promoting it in England. We was down in Piccadilly Square. And there were so many people on the elevator, it got stuck between floors. And you know how claustrophobic you and I both are.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in there, and I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, so I'm supposed to be the toughest SOB in the history of the WWF, stomping mud holes in people and walking them dry. And there I am in an elevator, stuck with about 15 people, and this is one of those little bitty old elevators, probably when they first invented them. That's how old this summit was. It was creaking, it was groaning, it came to a complete stop. So I'm trying not to sell it, right? And I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to have to come out of my shirt. I don't know why I need to come out of my shirt, but I just thought that was going to give me a little bit more breathing space. And I didn't take my shirt off because I looked like a real idiot taking my shirt off in the middle of a stuck elevator with a bunch of people, right?
That's weird.
I can't do nothing. So I just stood there, and I was like counting back from 100, thinking, okay, I'm about to flip the F out if I don't get out of here. And finally, the elevator started running again, and obviously I'm here talking to you, so I didn't die of starvation there in the elevator. So anyway, people keep getting on a damn elevator. And I'm thinking,
should be a wait, like it shouldn't even open at the floor when it stops to the next floor, because the weight limit, there's too many people. They can't figure out that there's not enough room in the elevator, so it shouldn't even stop.
Well, also, there was one time a couple of years ago, we were up at the 27th floor, some skyscraper in downtown L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we got in that elevator all the way up there.
And it takes like 25 minutes to get up there.
Oh, no, but the whole time I'm thinking, man, because Los Angeles is famous for, California is famous for earthquakes. And I'm thinking of all the ways that I'm going to go. I'm going to be in an elevator. There's an earthquake going to happen. Power's going to get knocked out. I'm just going to be sitting there with my thumb up my ass with 20 other people in this damn elevator stuck.
And it could happen.
While everybody else, the whole city's going crazy trying to rescue everybody, no one's going to know that we're stuck in an elevator in a skyscraper. So anyway, back to my story. No more people can get on. And it's just like, they still get on anyway. And I'm like, man, what the F? And then a dude, he was dressed up like a doctor, so I'm sure he was a doctor, busts out this to-go plate and starts eating it in the elevator while we're all crammed in it like sardines. And it smells like shit.
Of course.
And, of course, everybody, all the women got too much perfume on, the guys got too much cologne on, and this dude busts out a damn to-go plate and starts eating it like it ain't shit. And I'm thinking... Is there no etiquette that exists anymore in civilization?
There should be like elevator etiquette. Like you don't get on the elevator if there's too many people, and you don't ever eat on an elevator.
But here's the thing that really chaps my ass. When an elevator opens and people are trying to go up or down, you got to let people exit the elevator first.
People don't do that.
But the door opens and they just want to walk straight on. Yeah. Even, okay, let's just say you're in an elevator, it's half full or 2/3 full. There's room for more people. But as that elevator stops on the floor, potentially people could be walking off. But these people, they just start storming on.
Yeah, like they're going to miss the elevator.
You got to let the people get off first.
That's common knowledge.
Yeah. So man, that's one of the things that just really grinds my gears. So the dude starts eating. I'm sitting there, and of course,
I hope it wasn't anything stinky.
Oh man, but, and then like finally my floor comes up, and nobody will move out the damn way. Like, excuse me, coming through. And so like I'm going down, the elevator opens, it's crammed full of people. So I just give them the high sign, wait for another elevator. But some people just won't do that.
They don't.
It happened to you the other day. We was at the damn grocery store, and you was checking out, and I was over at fiddling around.
On the elevator?
No, at the grocery store the other day. We're talking about etiquette.
Oh, okay, etiquette.
I
thought you were talking about elevators.
No, I'm just saying there's no etiquette anymore.
Oh, no.
We was at the grocery store the other day, and it's like, when you get your grocery cart and you go and you're in line, and there's a person up there, and they got the little cash, the credit card machine.
Yeah, and the little counter where you can write a check if you choose to do that.
That's your little space temporarily.
Yeah.
So you was up there, and I was over talking to the dude that runs a store.
And the woman behind me, meanwhile they're still doing my groceries, she takes her drink, her iced tea, and sits it on the counter where I'm opening my wallet to pay for my groceries. And I thought,
and
really?
The little pedestal, picture this, the little pedestal's about 1.5 feet wide. It's about a 1.5 feet wide and about a foot deep.
It's for the person that's currently being served.
One person. So the lady comes up there, puts her drink on the gimmick where Kristin's trying to do a transaction, but then she's right up in her space.
And she stood like 2 feet behind me. And I thought, my goodness, does she not notice that I'm trying to check out? I have got to open my wallet. I have to move her drink over to open my wallet. And I'm going to pay for my groceries at my leisure. So I did.
But it's like when you open your wallet, you don't want to be staring at all your shit as you go through your purse, and then the lady's up in your space. And it's like when I go to a counter to check out and there's some other person, whether it's man or woman, in front of me, I just put my cart there, and the dude or whoever's running the cash register will pull it in when they get ready to, and I'm back about 4 feet from the person completing their transaction, because at that time and point, that's their little workstation to pay for their shit and get out of the way.
Well, at Walgreens now they have a little sign that says when you go to get your prescription, stand here so you can let the person maintain their privacy. They need that at the grocery store. They need a little sign. Don't get too close to the person that's currently being served. Stand back on this where the footprint, they always put those little footprints.
But it's common sense and etiquette. And then what you're talking about when you go to get your prescription at Walgreens, and there's that little
flag with the little...
But there's that little thing, wait here for cash
right.
Here. And like you said, for privacy, for the person picking up whatever meds they're picking up, they have privacy getting the medication they need. And the name of that sign is right there on the corner of happy and healthy.
That's correct.
Normally when I'm at the pharmacy trying to get some shit, I'm not happy or I'm healthy, because that's why I'm there to pick up some medication to get my ass well. So then, while I'm trying to get my shit filled, I'd appreciate if somebody wasn't breathing down my shoulder to get my shit to make me feel better. Same thing as the damn goddamn grocery store. Don't get in my grill or start breathing on the back of my neck while I'm trying to insert my credit card into the little gimmick to pay for my goddamn groceries. Isn't that hard? You was trying to jump in there a couple of times. What was you going to say?
I wasn't trying to jump in
Am I
there.
so wrong? Am I impatient? Does anybody else have these fears or have these issues or have these problems? What the F?
Well, people just have they just have their heads in their phones, and maybe people.
Oh, that's one of Kristin's big deals now. We'll be driving. Well, it's my big deal too.
Oh, because I have to keep myself entertained.
Texting. Not only while we're driving the 500 miles to Nevada, she's got to give me every posted speed limit because I can't read it myself because I'm too stupid and I don't have current eyewear to be able to read the signs. She's got to tell me how fast the speed limit is. Like I can't see it. But then also our deal is because everybody's so erratic on the road, weaving from lane to lane, and we got brushed a couple of times pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man, what is wrong with this person? So now our deal is texting.
I look in every single car because it keeps us occupied. Or I read the headlines to you. Or the other thing is, I was laughing about it. We really need to just record ourselves driving that 7 hours because I think we call every single person on the road that idiot. Can you believe that idiot? That idiot. Can you believe it?
But we shouldn't have that much material to talk about. But that's how bad everybody's driving here, Dave, because everybody's texting.
Yeah.
And you can see their eye line in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
You can see what they're doing. They're trying to kayfabe the fact that they're texting.
Yeah.
So it really grinds my gears. Then here's an all-time one. The other day, Kristin and I were looking for something to watch because we just got finished watching. What was the last thing we watched? Ozarks?
You made me watch The Godfather right before I was going to bed.
Well, I know. I'm trying to set it up. So we was in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
We was in Nevada.
Oh, we watched the fights.
Yeah, we watched UFC, and then we were trying to get something to watch to get ready to go to bed.
What did we watch? Oh, it was a special on Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah. It was Objectified, Harvey Levin.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. I've seen that Dr. Phil ever since he'd been coming on Oprah Winfrey's show back in the day, and then he spun off on his own show.
You watch Oprah Winfrey?
Everybody used to watch Oprah Winfrey. I mean, I'm never around now. I know she's still on TV, but Oprah's the queen of television.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, but she discovered Dr. Phil.
Right.
And I never did know about his CSI background.
No,
that show was created after him. And I didn't know, I knew he was smart, obviously.
Right.
And he's Dr. Phil, but I didn't know anything about him. So we watched that interview with Dr. Phil, and that guy did a really good job on that interview. And that guy comes across really, I mean, he's worth a fortune.
Yeah.
So more power to him. But then we needed something else to watch before we went to bed. And so I said, well, let's rewatch an episode of Ozarks or this, that, or whatever.
You wanted to watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and it wasn't for free on Amazon. So
yeah. So we couldn't watch The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. So I said, well, hell, let's watch The Godfather. That's an all-time classic. So anyway, we're watching The Godfather. Here comes the dude. He's the Godfather's godson, and he's an actor in Hollywood, and he's kind of washed up, and he needs his part in this movie really, really bad. And this director, who's the big shot of Hollywood, won't let him have the part because he stole his girlfriend. So the godson goes to his godfather, Marlon Brando, and starts crying on his shoulder, saying, if I could only get this part, it would put me on top again. So Godfather, Marlon Brando, sends, what's his name, to go down there and talk to the director. And
bully the director.
Yeah, bully the director and get his godson the part. Well, the director said, F you. And he told him off. He said, well, I ain't playing that stuff. Don't mess with me. I'm a pretty tough guy. Well, earlier in the scene, they had been looking at his $600,000 racehorse and his horse stall. And that's when the next scene was he wakes up and he's got this stuff all over him. And he starts looking around, his blood. And there's the horse head from the $600,000 horse that they were admiring in the horse stables laying beside him. And he was yelling because he was just terrified. And, of course, the guy gets the part because the Godfather made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
But that gave me nightmares.
What happened on the nightmare deal? It wasn't that, I mean, first of all, it was a shocking
it was shocking
thing to happen in The Godfather way back in the day.
I remember watching The Godfather, but I never remember that scene. But that was just so disturbing on so many levels to see a horse head, a gigantic horse head, blood in the guy's bed. So, of course, I have these crazy dreams that some woman's trying to kill me with a syringe, and she's feeding my horse potato chips trying to kill it. Then the next dream was I'm in the middle of the ocean on a single wide, and people are trying to kill me. It was nothing but craziness that whole night. I'm like, I will never watch The Godfather before going to bed ever again. So find something new to watch.
So I didn't have any problem sleeping that night. And then while she was over dreaming about all that bullshit, I had went down to the kitchen, and I was going to pour a glass of wine for my last round. And unbeknownst to me, but under suspicion that I believe something could be in a certain drawer, I opened a certain drawer and found a bunch of those little bitty ass Butterfingers and ate about 10 of those some bitches, dipped them in peanut butter. So while you woke up and was unrested because you had so many nightmares, I woke up fat as a tick because I'd ate 10 Butterfingers with peanut butter.
You seem to always find my little stashes here and there.
Man, it's like I was like I'm a bird dog or something.
You are.
And I find that damn candy
because
wherever
I'll
you
hide
put
it. And,
I know.
And I don't eat a lot. I just want one little piece every once in a while. It'll last me 6 months. Not you. You get in there and you eat like 10 in a row.
Well, and then when I eat all of them, I got to pull a rib on her and put all the wrappers
Empty
back
ones,
into the big paper, the big plastic bag, so that she thinks she's going to get her chocolate fix. And I've already destroyed the whole damn thing.
I go in there to get a little piece of Butterfinger, and there's all empty wrappers.
So why were the people trying to kill you with a syringe? And horses don't eat potato chips? Two questions.
I have no idea. It was just the weirdest thing.
Where'd the single wide? Was that a Broken Skull Ranch flashback from the double wide?
I think it was.
We went down to a single wide?
I mean, I'm not...
Was I on top with an oar rowing us to safety?
No, but I was trapped inside the single wide in the middle of the ocean, and I couldn't get out.
Why don't you just go through the window?
Because I was in the middle of the ocean. There was nowhere to go. I couldn't even swim.
Yeah, if you'd opened the window, the water would come in, and you would have sank.
And
then you'd have been a submarine single wide.
There was no conclusion to that nightmare, so I woke up... Yeah.
Are we going to finish watching Godfather, or is it too much now?
I think I'm over it. I don't like the horse scene. Well, we are going to watch something else.
You know what? I want to watch Ozark again. That was a damn good...
It'll be my third go at it, so...
I highly recommend that. I know I've been talking about that on the podcast for a while back in the day, maybe a year or two ago. But, man, that's still a damn good show.
It's a good show, yeah.
And that's the thing. About here in L.A., I kept seeing that guy... Who's the lead guy in that?
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. I kept thinking, man, I see him in the magazine, like, man, who is Jason Bateman? Man, I don't know who this guy is. He's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the F he did.
He's mostly in comedy.
Oh, that's right. But you would, as good as he plays this part, you would never think about this guy in a comedy.
Well, you never watched Arrested Development. He was in that, and he was hysterical.
Yeah. I ain't watched it. But, man, that's a damn good show.
Yeah, it is.
We'll crank it up tonight.
Well, I think some of your viewers suggested Longmire, so we might want to...
Oh, yeah. We're watching Longmire tonight. Oh, give me your thoughts on the UFC 226. My man, DC, wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Coming up, he's also the light heavy champion. That was a hell of a fight. But the fight before, every time when it starts getting late in the card, my wife starts getting grouchier and grouchier because it starts getting late. And we're on West Coast time. So if we was on East Coast time, and it's the same thing when we were in Texas, the pay-per-views would come kind of late, and we had to get up early in the morning to go hunting. Not that you hunted in the morning, but
I don't hunt.
You weren't real thrilled with the Francis Ngannou.
Well, actually,
Derek Lewis fight.
Well, I mean, I'm not an expert. I don't know anything about, but I don't like it when people get beat up to a pulp in there. So I was actually not minding watching that fight because there was no fighting going on.
Well, yeah, but the high spot of the whole night was when Herb Dean stopped him in the first round. When you stop a fight, and I talked about this 2 days ago, when you stop a fight to remind the fighters that they're in a fight and they must start fighting, something's up. So these guys, I know Derek Lewis had muscle spasms in his back, and that's extremely painful, but man, it was
It was 3 rounds of shadow boxing, I guess.
And there wasn't a whole lot of boxing.
No.
But it's always interesting because, like, every now and then someone will get busted open with just color everywhere, bleeding
I don't
like a stuck
that.
pig, and that's when you kind of start tuning out.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But I digress, Kristin. I've already talked about the UFC 226 on the podcast the other day. I will say that I'm looking forward to the WWE pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. Should be a damn good pay-per-view. Get a chance to see all the WWE superstars in action. And right now, I'm going to jump in rush hour traffic, head down to Home Depot and buy myself one of those portable air conditioning units so I can get my ass in the garage and get my shoulder and my trap workout going.
Are you sure they're going to have some units available?
Oh, no. We just covered that in the podcast. I need to order it, and then it'll be here by July 17th. That ain't going to help me out right now.
No.
It's July 11th. That's 6 days from now.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. I want to look at the damn things before I buy one.
Of course.
So I don't want to order it. I mean, I was looking at pictures of it, and I got the highest BTU rated one I could find. It's about $500. But that's $500 well spent.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sweating my ass off and in the damn garage.
Well, and I need to move my piano there. I'm sure that doesn't
Well,
help.
I guarantee you one thing. If there's somebody who wants a piano, send me a damn email to questions@steveaustonshow.com. This piano's 100 years old. It's in a couple different pieces.
It's over 100 years old.
It needs a tune-up.
It's a 1901 Kanabi.
A 1901
Baby
Kanabi.
grand.
A baby grand.
And it's up on its side right now.
Yeah. How come you don't ever play it no more?
Because it's on its side. Kind of difficult.
You didn't play it when it was on its feet over at 316 Gimmick Street.
I played every once
That's
in a
how
while.
it ended up on its side over here at 317 Gimmick Street.
Well,
I encourage you to play the damn thing. You could even serenade me if you wanted to.
once your fingers get out of practice, you just don't want it. You get frustrated easily.
Kristin, you got to have goals and things that you want to achieve in your lifetime.
Well, wait a
Being
minute.
a concert pianist should be high on the list of
You
things
have
can do.
plenty of things that are sitting around the house that have never gotten any use. Hello,
instance.
your 14 GoPros that are sitting in the office closet that you haven't used, your little other gimmick thing that you buy.
That's unfair. I'm not technologically savvy. I was never a camera person to begin with.
What was this
But
other thing
used
you
to
bought?
play the piano. Which one?
The thing that's supposed to follow you around on your
Oh
iPhone.
man, I got one of those. What's it called? Was it the Digimo thing, or it's a handheld thing, and you put your iPhone in it, and then your iPhone, you're able to. It's like a.
It follows you.
Yeah, it moves around, but there's a jib. It's like a little
okay.
handheld jib camera.
You use that all of one time.
Well, I know, Kristin, but I'm trying to film myself doing stuff when I'm riding my four-wheeler and my buggies. It works good, if you would hold it while I do my riding and I didn't, throw the rocks and stuff on you when I take off, it would be some epic footage that we could capture that I'd like to put on my Instagram account or on Twitter or on a website or whatever, but I need a little bit of help. So when I used to film things at the Broken Skull Challenge compound, that was easy because I was filming other things, but when I want to film me, it doesn't really work so well. And then on those GoPros, don't even go there because those little bastards are so complex. If there's a simple way to film and edit yourself doing some outdoor
Use the
activities,
iPhone.
Okay, but Kristin, when I'm going up some of the terrain you've seen me ride on,
That's
Nevada,
why you attach the GoPro to your car, your ATV.
I'm just telling you, I don't know how to work the GoPro. Now you're trying to tell me to use my iPhone. I mean, you got to have both hands on the handlebars when you're going up some of that mountainous terrain.
There's got to be some sort of simple technology.
Okay, if there's a simple way for me to film myself and puts a few edits in it so I can post on my social media accounts, please direct your suggestions to questions@steveaustonshow.com because I don't know how to work GoPro. My iPhone, I got to hold myself, and I just can't ride with one hand because you need two hands on the handlebars. So I need some kind of fix.
Maybe
But I
a
brought all
selfie
the
stick.
GoPro stuff. They're too complicated. We got that little bitty SD card, and my other thing doesn't work, and I can't on my iPhone. So I need
No,
some
they
help.
work. You just don't know how to work them.
Oh, no, and then when Kristin was filming me in the Terex the other day, I mean, it's like you weren't on the right side of the unit. The light
I'm
wasn't
not
any
a
good.
film director or whatever camera person.
Well, you had a bad neck, so I had to put you on the sidelines, run a camera. Well, I'm going to wrap this thing up, Kristin. I'm not going to go to Home Depot. I'm going to get on a computer, and I'm going to look at the air conditioning unit
There
that I'm
you
going to
go.
buy on the 17th.
There you go.
16th. What was it? No, it was
The
17th.
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 You've been hit in the head with too many steel chairs.
Finally. You're starting to catch on.
Yeah, because you left the garage open all day, by the way.
Which garage?
Our garage.
You didn't close it, did you?
No. Yeah.
No.
Why?
Did you unplug the smoker?
No. I didn't hear a bang.
There was a reason that I had the garage door open because last time I left it plugged in and it came cascading off the trash
Well, if you
can.
wouldn't put it on top of the trash can and get a designated table, why don't
There
you
was a reason. I was letting it cool off so I could pick it up by hand and move it.
go to Home Depot and get yourself a little gimmick table and put your little Traeger pellet grill on top of that.
We just cleaned out a garage the other day, and I was so proud of myself for leading this charge.
Oh, yeah, leading, yeah.
And threw a bunch of shit away. I mean, that garage looks badass now.
It does.
And I don't need to get a damn gimmick table to put on my damn Traeger little miniature portable grill. I put it on a trash can. Look like a piece of white trash, but it works pretty good. Here's the thing. You can put the smoker on a brown can or a blue can. That's trash or recycle. Don't put it on the green can because that's when it's full of dog shit. Yeah. That's when that,
Boy, there's a rhyme and reason to this.
Yeah. His chicken breast got a little whang to it. I'm signing off. I'm going to go find a bunch of stuff. If you got some technology tips for me to film myself that's really easy and even a caveman can do it, send me an email to question@steveaustonshow.com. Kristin, say goodbye to good folks out there.
Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Move over, YouTube. The Collider Network is now on PodcastOne. Get your fix for any of your pop culture needs with shows like Collider Factory and Movie Trivia Schmodown. Download and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and PodcastOne today. And remember to rate and review on Apple Podcasts.
All right, everybody, give me the go-home cue. It's time to wrap up his podcast and ride off in the sunset. But before I do that, I want to thank my illustrious wife, Kristin, for helping me jar the memory banks and think about all the headaches, hassles, and horse shits and the joy and exuberance of life. Joy and exuberance? I don't even know if that makes sense. There's a heat wave coming through. Maybe I got heat stroke. I'm just talking out of my ass. Nonetheless, thanks for helping me out on the show, Kristin. Much obliged. Hey, man, ProWrestlingTees.com/Steve Austin has all my Broken Skull Ranch shit. Check it out. If you're thirsty, and right now, if you're in L.A., there's plenty to be thirsty about because there's a heat wave. Check out Broken Skull IPA from El Segundo Brewing Company. You can find Broken Skull IPA at Whole Foods and Total Wines, some of the Bevmos around town. And if you ain't in Cali, you're probably SOL. And SOL means shit out of luck. And if you're looking to get a badass pocket knife, I got 2 of them, which I collaborated with the fine folks over at Cold Steel Knives. Always ready. Cold Steel Broken Skull Knife and a Cold Steel Working Man's Knife. 2 of the baddest, coolest, toughest, sharpest knives in the world. Available at my new Amazon store. Amazon has the best price on both knives. Just go to Amazon.com/shop/Steve Austin or go to the Cold Steel Knives website and check out all the badass stuff that they make. I want to say one more time, thank you to all the fine sponsors of the Steve Austin Show, especially DDP Yoga, the WWE Network, TrueCar, Geico, and TheraWorks. That's how I'm able to do this podcast for you twice a week for free. Please support them because they support us. You can find all my sponsors at PodcastOne.com under the Killer Deals button at the top of the page. Folks, I am on social media, Twitter and Instagram, at Steve Austin BSR. Until next time, my name is Steve Austin, and I will catch your ass down the road.
This has been a Podcast One production. Download new episodes of The Steve Austin Show every Tuesday at PodcastOne.com. That's PodcastOne.com.